the Insta360 Go 3S. It is small. It's smaller than an Insta360, the 3D camera. The other comparison would be the DJI Action 2, which is a two-part system, but if you only use the one part, then it is smaller. But when we take away the little camera, this is unbeatable, I would say. And with the DJI, if you want to see yourself, you have to add the little monitor element. Then it's even bigger than a GoPro. Let's put all that aside. I'm interested, of course, in the new one. And here you can flip up the screen and then you can see yourself. They have several mounting possibilities. It's also with magnets. This is inspired by the DJI Action 2, which has a somewhat similar mounting possibility. What interests me most actually at the moment is how close I can get and still have the picture in focus. So this is the first thing I'm going to try out. Okay, we have to set it up first. This is really the thing that interests me most, because sometimes on the road when you want to show settings of a camera, those little cameras are coming very handy, and the DJI Action Mini 2 is actually not very good in close focus. There is a lens you can add, like a macro extension. I tested that in a video. It was one of my first videos I did for this channel, and I sent it back. It is not very good. But now I'm very excited to see what I can do with that, and if it really is able to help me when I'm explaining stuff. So if I can point out and go close to stuff, and if it's still in focus. We'll see. Okay, I had a little bit time with the camera, and I also bought this very cheap but very effectful case. I had not that good experiences with what I actually initially wanted to do with the camera, meaning I'll show you what one of my ideas is. I have here, for example, my Q3 camera, and what I wanted to do is a rig that is like this. I put this into the hot shoe here, and then I just take the camera out of the mother casing, and then I just mount it here, and then let's turn it on. What I basically wanted to have is a rig where I, for example, can do videos where I can show you guys what I'm doing with the camera. So, for example, like this. And when I now record this, if I move now, that I can take the camera with me and you can see exactly what I'm doing, which exposure I have set, which maybe I want to show you how the macro function works. It's not possible because this distance is too close. It cannot be in focus. In the end, it's an action cam and not made for stuff like this. The other thing I would like to do is to show you when I'm out in the field and do testing of some sorts. I want to show you the monitor, something like this, where I might be able to take you with me on that ride, you know? But of course, it's out of focus because also this here, it's too close. So what I needed would be like a macro lens attachment. And this, unfortunately, does not exist for this camera. I showed you before the DJI Action 2. For this kind of stuff, it was just not working. Unfortunately, for the little Insta360 here, they don't have a macro lens. But what I found is a very cool YouTuber called Luke Edwin, and I'm gonna link his channel because Luke had the same problem. He wanted to do like macro shots out in the field with flowers and stuff. But what he did, he drew a macro lens adapter that can be 3D printed, and he even sells that drawing. It's $6. Can buy it on his website. I bought it. I don't know the guy. And then I don't have a 3D printer, so there are services for that. So I sent that to a service, that drawing. That cost me another $30. And I now have this beautiful adapter ring. And then he recommends 37mm macro lenses. And I bought a set of 4 on Amazon, one of them, and they fit perfectly here on this printed thing. It also holds. I would not do action stuff with that, but that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do macro shots like this. So now let's check out if we're able to come to a version where I can use that as I intended it. So first, you screw off the lens. Then you have this 3D printed adapter. You just put it here and you put back on the lens and you screw it on. A little bit delicate, and we have to be careful. It's not something you should do out in the field. It's something we do in a protected environment that nothing can fall down. So it's not a 100% fix. It has a little wiggle room here, but it's enough for what we are about to do. Now I have 4 different lenses in that set. I have a 1-time magnifier, I have a 2-time magnifier, a 10-time magnifier, and a 4-time magnifier. So let's try the 10-time magnifier. Fits perfectly. We're very gentle with that. We don't need to screw that too heavy. And now the question is how close. Oh, that looks very in focus. And now I'm having this very cool camera rig. I'm in macro mode. That's why it's here out of focus, where I can basically, now we're shooting into the light, this is a bit stupid, but where I can basically take you with me and you can see what I'm doing. And this is very comfortable because it's light, even though I have actually a very solid magic arm here. If I want to show you something in the menu, I would say now this is pretty in focus. At least it is in a way that I would say it's usable to show you stuff on YouTube. And it's very easy to handle because it's very light. And I'm very excited right now that I found a solution and I could show you that solution. Maybe next time I print that out in black, but who cares? And once again, a YouTuber helped me, maybe I'm helping you. Maybe Luke can sell 1 or 2 more of his 3D files and everybody wins. Isn't that cool? Speaking of the Leica Q3, if you want to know why I love the Q3 so much, check out this video next. And don't forget, always stay curious.